problem. No problem. Hold on.
How's it all going?
Good. How you doing?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, just finished training session then, and I finished about like half an hour ago, and I was like trying to see if I could get back home in time, but I'm just like now doing it outside the gym in the car. How's all your interviews going? Have you got many more to go? Oh, I think you muted yourself.
After you, I have two more.
Oh, let's go. Who's that? Who have you got?
I have two ladies. Let me see. One is Karen Freyova.
Yeah.
And the other is Danielle Brandon.
Nice.
Where are you right now?
So right now I'm back in Cornwall. So I don't know how well you know the UK.
Not that well. Well.
So like where the UK sort of like flicks off like that down at the bottom in the southwest, I'm sort of down here, and that's where I've like grown up. But I spend a lot of my time up in Worcester, training with like the AOD squad and Amy Kringle. But right now we're leaving on Sunday, so I've just quickly nipped back to see friends and family before we go.
So you're like southwest of London?
I'm about 4 hours from London, which in the UK is quite far, but I guess in the US that's not very far at all.
No, I'm driving a few hours this afternoon. Hold on, do you still see me?
I still see you.
Okay, something popped up on my screen. And you're a rookie.
I'm a rookie. It's my first one.
You excited or nervous or both?
Right now, excited. So excited. I think, like going into semi-finals this year, I thought no matter qualify or not, whoever's going from Europe is going to the games to compete, because Europe has just been so strong, especially in the last couple of years coming up. And there's all sorts of things. Like there's like a great sense of honor as well. Like we're that first generation that are going to this new stadium and everything, so that's an honor as well as just qualifying as well. But yeah, really excited, really excited to get out there.
I'm looking at your profile page, and two things I noticed. You have more hair in the photo that you posted.
Yeah, it was a while ago, a couple of years ago, that one.
Okay. And you have Zoolander as your little icon.
Oh, wait, so hold on. Is there two photos you're looking at, is there?
Yeah. So they have like your little, I guess they call it profile photo. You have Zoolander.
Yeah.
And
I thought you were on about that, and I thought that's what you meant from the start about more hair.
No, and then there's a photo of you running on an assault bike on the assault runner, and you're like looking up, and you got a little smirk or something, and you
is that at semi-finals? Is it? It must be from last year, I imagine. Yeah, I know everyone. It's like massive thing. Everyone takes the mick out of me. Is I got my dad's hairline, and it's just slowly creeping
I just
back.
mean like, I don't mean like creeping back hair. I just mean like you have like a...
No, hey mate, whatever you meant. But you're right. Like I had a lot more hair then, and
yes, you did.
I just sucked it up and took it off. Tried to go faster.
Yeah, it'll make you faster, especially for the run and the swim, right?
Yeah.
Are you a decent runner?
I think I'm an okay runner. So yeah, looking forward to how I stack up in that, and swimming. Like I would say I'm not bad, but I'd say I'm not like great. But again, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how I stack up against that one. I obviously was out in Miami in January. That was obviously like a shorter swim, and I had a bit of a cock up where I'd like missighted and swam the wrong direction.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, terrible. Like,
tell me about it.
Oh, dude. So like the first year I did Wallapalooza was like 2 years ago in a team, and like that's the first time I've ever like swam with an elevated heart rate. So like complete game changer, isn't it? And
yeah.
This year I was like, know what to expect. I've got this plan, execute it. And we had like an assault bike, first swim fine, came back to like some beaded double unders, went in. I think I jumped in the water of like it was like Guimajeros and Jack Farlow, and swimming. I'm like, where are these boys gone? They were like around me, and I've looked up and I've like swam off to the left. So okay, the boys over there redirected and just stupidly kept my head down and just kept swimming. And if you look on the live feed, there's like a boy here. Everyone's like swimming out towards this boy over here, and there's just me cutting across to this boy.
Oh,
And
that's funny.
I got there and I was like, well, I either like swim in, get disqualified, or just go around. And went around, and I ended up coming 16th in the event. So yeah, like we won't mess up this time, and see where we fare.
Well, guiding and actually swimming in the right direction is going to be incredibly important on this one.
I bet. Are
And
you
like
gonna
you can
give away like? Go on.
I mean, when you're doing open water swims like that, if you're not swimming straight and if you're not swimming, in a straight line, you're going to be inefficient and you're going to spend so
Yeah,
much time going all over the place. So
sure.
yeah,
You've got to
every
be
few strokes you have to look up. You have to
exactly, yeah.
spot.
So like we've been like dialing that in with a coach who, like, if we're like say like a swimming field, we'll go seek advice from someone who that's their field. So we've been talking to some triathlon coaches, and yeah, he's been teaching Ames and me how to do a bit of sighting and every third stroke looking and stuff like that. So yeah, shouldn't be a problem this year. No, don't
Okay,
even worry.
good. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be
Yeah. No, I've
watching.
said that. Are you gonna give anything more away now? If you've only got 3 interviews left, are you gonna give anything else away that's gonna
I don't think
make
I've
you?
given anything away on these
You don't think
interviews.
you're giving anything
I don't
away?
think I don't think I've given away. We've announced things during the past few weeks that I've been doing these, but I don't know if I've given anything away.
So what's the swim run? Oh, sorry, the run swim.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's just 4 miles.
That's what we're calling it. Yes.
But you haven't said what the format of that is. Like, is it definitely a run swim, or is it a run swim run, or?
No, that's a good question. For now, just assume it is what we said it is. That's all
Okay.
I can say. Yep.
Okay. I'm just trying to do this so we can get some good views on this video. That's why
No,
I'm
there you
asking.
go. That's good. That's really good. um, there's something else to say. Oh, so you said you're outside the gym. What gym do you train at?
So I am like full-time training. Usually I'm up in Worcester training at Blueprint. So Blueprint had a team go to the games in 2021. So I train under a training program called AOD Fitness, and my coach is Michael Allen. And so a lot of the time I'm up in Worcester, which is like near Birmingham.
Okay.
But like I said, like right now I'm at a place called CrossFit Penzance.
CrossFit
So
Penzance.
CrossFit Penzance, that's it. And
Pan
yeah, but
over. I want to see it.
you want to see it?
Yeah, pan over. Oh yeah, look at that. I like the sign.
There you
That's
go.
cool.
It's all locked up. The owner literally just left as I was packing up.
Yeah, very
But
cool.
yeah, it's cool. Like when I'm back home in Cornwall, it's brilliant. Like so many gyms around, like let me like come in and train and stuff, and it's really cool. Like I know everyone talks about like it's like cliche with the community and stuff, but it's brilliant when I'm home. Like everyone's really welcoming. But yeah, I train up in Blueprint in Worcester. We've kind of like almost started this like camp without really starting any, if that makes sense. Like almost everyone's like sort of come together up at Blueprint. So we have Amy Kringle, we've got the AAD fitness team, we've got Will Kane, and there's a load of other mentionable people that also train. And like throughout the week we'll sort of like do our own thing, but then come Wednesday mornings and Saturday afternoons we all train together, and we have a really cool camp and a really good thing going.
What's your shirt say?
Just says Hybrid. It's one of my sponsors.
Okay. What are they?
They are like a clothing company.
Okay.
Down here in Cornwall, actually.
Oh, cool. How'd you get into CrossFit?
I got into CrossFit through a friend who we were in school at the time, and my like background is like playing rugby.
Okay.
So I like got into training fitness when I was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
And we did like intervals and like very like functional movements, but not like CrossFit. And when I was about, I think I was 18, my friend in school was just like, I found this thing called CrossFit, like let's go give it a go. And we used to like try some workouts in the like school gym. And yeah, like my first session, I went to a place called CrossFit Kerno in the summer of 2017, and couldn't do any of the movements. I think there was like pistols and overhead squats, and yeah, kind of. I think like any other sport when we were growing up, like I could pick up quite easily, and then this, I was like, okay, and quite liked the method of training, and sort of got into it like that, and used to use CrossFit as a strength and conditioning program to like accommodate my rugby, and kept playing rugby up until when COVID hit, and couldn't do rugby, so just did CrossFit all the time. And then I think the first quarterfinals happened, and then like a couple of friends were like, look, I think you could give this a good go. So yeah, stopped playing rugby then, and then sort of the rest is history.
Very cool. Well, thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that.
that's
Yeah.
all right.
You're young, aren't you?
25.
Okay. Yeah. Not the youngest in the field. There's younger guys for sure,
No,
but
yeah.
there's a lot of younger guys.
I probably look a bit older. I've had a tough paper round.
Well, you're a rugby player. You're tough.
That's it. Yeah, a bit
Yeah.
weathered.
Yeah, exactly. You're used to tangling with other guys.
Hey, don't go spreading that rumor.
That's the clip that we're gonna pull from this.
Yeah.
What before we go, do you have any questions for me? Any other questions?
Yeah, sorry, I've like turned it, haven't I?
No, it's all good.
I think one question would be, so obviously you're taking over the programming this year, and like Bosman was in charge last year, right? Where
Yeah, go ahead.
Or was
Keep
it a
going.
bit like, yeah, sorry. Were you a big fan of like all the new movements that popped up, or did you think it was a bit much too soon, or what were your thoughts?
So last year I was put back in charge of the games. Um, I think in like May or June, so kind of late. And at that point, the team, Boz, and everyone else had programmed the games, or mostly programmed the games. And then when I came in, I worked with them and kind of preserved what they did, but had some input and made some changes. I've done this for a very long time.
Yeah, of
And
course.
so, of course, I'm going to have thoughts. And Boz also, for a very long time, has worked with me in programming, in the sense of the relationship prior to me stepping away. We'll call it stepping away. Was there were divisions or things that I would have him and his team program for, and
Mm-hmm.
I would program the individuals and the teams. He would program those other things. So we had a good relationship in that, and I would give him feedback on that programming. So when I came back last year, it was kind of the same. Just I, in my mind, slipped into that same role of now as giving him feedback instead of giving him feedback on age group or team or age group specifically programming or an online stage. I was giving him some feedback on the games programming, and so I would say that was a majority, mostly his creation with a lot of discussion and feedback and some input from myself. This year, as the season was developing, I really love programming. I enjoy it. I just decided I kind of started creating a schedule, and I was like, yeah, I just want to do the games programming, the individual programming, and I don't really do it, and I never have collaboratively. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, here's the deal. I mean, when I say collaboratively, I mean there's points where I tell people and get feedback, and like especially during testing, and tell the team, and we discuss it. But it's and there will be changes made, but the overall structure, the overall theme, putting things in place, I kind of do at my own pace,
Mm-hmm.
and then start briefing it to people. So this year, yeah, I just had the desire to do it again. It's been a couple of years since I went all in like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so Will that be the case for all for future years? No, of course not. Will it be
Yeah.
the case next year? I don't know. I think I don't know. Um, will it be the case in 2 or 3 years? Probably, very likely not.
Hmm.
Prior to getting fired, there was kind of this vision, or my own vision or a dream, of just programming all 20 games, all 20 of the first 20 games. And so,
Hmm.
like in my mind, I was in a program through the 20th anniversary, and
Hmm.
then just stopped programming. Obviously, that was interrupted.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there was 1 year that I didn't program at all. Boz programmed completely. There's this last year we just talked about where I was involved but didn't really program. Now I'm getting back into
Now
it.
this is for yours. Yeah.
So ultimately, I just want to control and dictate my exit from the programming. Um,
What what year is of this?
this is
What
a
year?
18. This is 18.
18. Sweet. So
Yeah.
you got them two more then. The
Yeah,
20th.
that doesn't mean I will. I'll tell you this much: I might not program next year. I will for sure program the 20th,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
and then think of something else for following years. But
Yeah, my only thought, like, my only like reason why asking that was because, from an outsider looking in, I thought Bosman was maybe taking the pro. This is like my thoughts. I was like, things like the gymnastics side. I think the basics of like a barbell and stuff like that. We've like you can almost like max out when the basics from the gymnastics modality of CrossFit hasn't almost been as explored as much, right? Like I don't know, like, and I was like, is it now going down? Actually, like, let's see how well you guys are doing at the basics in gymnastics, or how well have you got the foundations nailed? And I was like, I wonder if like it's going to go into that, and hence, like, a lot of guys are practicing the handstand holds and pirouettes and press the handstands. I'm only using handstand variations there, but I'm sure there's loads more.
the level of gymnastics that you guys are proficient at is incredibly developed. Like, it's really impressive the size you guys are and the strength that you
Mm.
guys have, the physical strength, the barbell strength, the just moving external loads is remarkably impressive, combined with what you're able to do with your
In other
body,
modalities, yeah.
combined specifically what you're able to do in the gymnastics realm. And some of the things that he did introduce really also helped elevate that in terms of some of the handstand stuff, the pirouettes and stuff like that. It made you guys add another quiver to your toolbox of
Yeah,
what you're able to do. So,
yeah.
but I will say this with the gymnastics, like 6, 7, 8 years ago, well, maybe even longer, a decade ago, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, every year you guys get better at it and it keeps improving. Where that threshold is, or where that limit is of things that we might implement or incorporate in a test, I don't know where that's at yet. And so
Mm.
there's hard things to put, there's great things to train with, but hard things to test. For
Mm.
example, somewhat like a strict L sit pull up,
Mhm.
or yeah, strict L sit pull up. That's a great training um, implement. That's a great thing to do to develop core strength and pulling strength. Judging that in the games would probably be
Cool.
very, very hard. So
Yeah.
there's a balance with some of that stuff where there's some advanced things that I think would be really cool to have, but maybe not the best thing to
It's too much
apply.
controversy, right, with it if you put it in, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate the time. I appreciate the question, Harry.
Yeah. Thank you
Looking
very much for having
forward
me.
to, yeah, thanks for making this work. I know you said you asked originally Monday, and I said no, I want to get this done. I want to be done with everybody by tomorrow. So I was like, no, on Monday. Can you do it sooner? And you accommodated, so I appreciate that.
That's fine, no problem. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, Harry. I look forward to
Take
meeting
care,
you.
bro.
Yep.
Cheers.
Bye.